There's this episode of the first CGI show ever, Reboot, which I hear is actually getting a reboot. I hope it's better than the game was, because the game was freaking terrible. Yes, this is a blockbuster copy of the game that tells you how old it was, but the game is terrible. Don't listen to anyone who tells you that it's great. It's awful. Anyway, there's this one episode where Enzo, the main character kid of the series, decides that he wants to be smarter than everyone else. And instead of working towards being smarter than everyone else, he basically makes a deal to a server genie, whatever you want to call it, that makes everyone else around him dumber. You know, it's like one of those wishes that you make when the genie's a dick. You don't specify how you want this action to occur, so he does it in a really, really awful way for you. Kind of like the whole plot of the movie Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser. And he makes the server genie or whatever it is, makes everyone in the computer dumb as a bag of rocks. So Enzo is finally smarter than them. Yes, but he didn't actually get any smarter. And in that episode, they have like a decathlon, a triathlon, something like that, but they're running a race at one point. And the other characters are so incredibly stupid that they physically hold Enzo back while shouting. I'm talking like, we are helping, we are helping, we are helping, we are helping. And you know what? I kind of feel like my family is like that all the time.
When someone meets my family, they inevitably ask, "How are you, you?" Why is that, you ask? Have I got a story for you?
Now, I'm going to introduce you guys. I'm not in the center anymore. Oh, I don't like that. Gotta be centered. Whoa! You gotta go to centered like Zen, man. Like Zen. I'm gonna introduce you guys to my neighbor who lives that way. Not the neighbor my mom is dating who lives that way, but the neighbor back there who lives that way. That's why I'm still blanking. Yeah. Anyway, this neighbor, the very first introduction we had to him, well, the introduction of them actually speaking was him and my mom. But the first weekend that I moved up here, we didn't have internet, so I was hanging out by the window in the kitchen because I could steal somebody's Wi-Fi. Because I'm a leech, yeah. And I was sitting there by the window in the kitchen, and this guy, I hate this ponytail, man. I don't understand how girls do this shit. How does it work? It never stays. Pretty sure my sister's dog is going to run up here because they left her here again. Valley Vajiri is supposed to visit me today, the day I'm filming. And last night, my mom was like, "Oh, we're going to leave Joy here." And I was like, "No. Why? Why? Why do you do this?" And I'm like, "You know Valley Vajiri is coming." Obviously, I used her real name with my mom because my mom wouldn't understand screen name. But, like, you know she's coming. Why would you do this? And my mom goes, "Is that okay if the dog is here?" "No! My sister's dog tries to eat literally all of my friends." She's in the corner now. If you can't see her, I'm gonna show you guys. Smile for the camera, Joy. Hi. Wrong way. Sorry. This is backwards. It's weird. She's yawning because she's confused and scared. She's scared of everything. This dog has no idea how to dog. And I'm like, but you know I'm having someone come visit. Why would you bring the dog? Why? Joy has tried to eat literally every single one of my friends that's been here. She was only okay with Crazy Bacon for the shortest amount of time, and now she's trying to eat him too. So I don't. No. She's crazy. That dog is insane. But anyway, neighbor back there. I'm sitting by the window in the house. The entire day, this old man spoke to the side of his house. And now you might be like, what? Exactly. The entirety of the day where there was light out, he was outside staring at the side of his house and talking to it. And that's weird. That's so weird. He's done other weird things, but that is by far the absolute weirdest thing I've ever seen anyone do. Because it was like concentrated. He just stayed there all day. Why? What did the house have to say? Did it have to talk back? And later on, my mom was like, "But his wife is in the window on the second floor and talks to him." And I was like, "No, Yeah, she does sometimes, but she was not there all day. He was just talking to his house. That's weird. That's very weird. I should have taken that as a sign that this whole neighborhood was going to be weird. Weird, weird, weird. But to go back to the first introduction they had to him, we had a ride-on mower when we first moved here, and it has since been broken. But my mom was driving the ride-on mower for quite a while when she first moved here. And her first introduction to our neighbor next door was she was driving the lawnmower, and my mom's not really that mechanically inclined, and this guy takes meticulous care of his lawn. Like, I'm 900% sure he's like a grumpy old man type character. If there were kids on his lawn, he'd be like, "Get off my lawn, youngin!" Ah! Also, he doesn't let his grandkids play in the yard. That's how much he cares about his lawn. He makes them play like football and catch in the driveway, which sucks because if you fall, that's asphalt. That's gonna hurt. Came out to my mom and not like flag her down while she was riding the lawnmower. He was like, "Hey, hey, hey!" Because my mom wears earplugs when she's on the lawnmower, obviously. So he's like, "Hey, hey!" And he comes hobbling over because old men can't really run, so he comes hobbling over, and she's like, "Oh, hi, new neighbor!" And she unplugs her earplugs, and he's like, "You have the blade too low. You're going to break the mower." My mom took great offense to this because how dare someone's hello be telling her that she was doing something wrong? How dare he try and help her? Now, I mentioned that the lawn, to this day, she's still very upset about it, but I mentioned that the lawnmower is now broken. Do you want to know what's wrong with the lawnmower? The blade on it is broken. It's dented upwards. Oh, interesting that's what he came out to yell at you about. Could it be the blade was too low and he was trying to help you, but you were riding a lawnmower, so it was loud as fuck, so he was yelling? Now, that being said, I think you all out there understand that 2 + 2 = 4, but not according to my mother and the favorite child. No, he just yelled at her for no reason. There was no reason for him to come tell her that she was doing something wrong, even though obviously she was, because she broke the blade of the lawnmower because it was too low and got dented up. But whatever, we've tried many a time to fix this, and every time some stupid shit happens and it doesn't get fixed. So we use a regular lawnmower now, regular push mower, no more. The ride-on mower was just sitting in the garage for the longest time upside down. It's like, why are you here? Why? What purpose do you serve? And that neighbor had a stroke or something, and now he's an old man trying to get into heaven because he comes and gives us vegetables, and he's just super nice to everyone. But I'm 900% sure, up until the stroke, he was definitely a "get off my lawn" kind of old man. I'm 100% sure. Now, one of the times my brother had come to fix the lawnmower, the Banshee's husband, because he's a mechanic. It's, works on cars. If it's mechanical in nature, he can figure that shit out. He's a genius when it comes to that kind of stuff. Freaking genius. Not technological, mechanical. Okay, so don't get it twisted. He still hunts and pecks on the keyboard. And I can't really say anything because I took a class on it for years. We had to have classes back in the day. Typing classes. ASDF space. JKL semi space. ASDF space. JKL semi space. He didn't have that luxury, so he hunts and pecks, and it takes forever for him to type stuff. But whatever. Mechanical genius. Technological, not so much. So he came over to fix the lawnmower. And naturally, as you can see, because she's here now, and is here at least 2 to 3 times a week, even though I've been like, no! But that's totally stories for another day. They had to bring the dog, because the dog has to go everywhere my sister goes. Which is weird because my sister is obviously not here now, but she left me the dog. Excellent. They decided to bring the dog, which is stupid because, as you all know, dogs are afraid of vacuum cleaners. They're loud, they make noise, they're scary. I get it. Obviously, they're going to also be scared of lawnmowers. So every time my brother tries to turn the engine on, and it goes, that sets the dog off. Dog goes fucking nuts. Remember, this dog is not like a regular dog. So she's totally ready to fight this lawnmower. And this happens literally every time he turns on the engine. Which, is kind of crucial to fixing a lawnmower, is being able to turn on the engine. But, and that sets my sister off. who, using sometimes words, but mostly also gibberish, just like the dog, also starts going every time the engine comes on, because the dog did it first, so that means she could do it too. And that's just how this family works. Okay, I've mostly gotten my hair in check at this point, and the dog's like, play with me! No, I gotta tell a story! Oh, you're so cute, but you're so annoying! I gotta tell a story! Also, you're whipping me with your tail, can you not? So, two of them and the dog are out there, and me too, because I usually try and hang out with my brother. I would love to just hang out with my brothers, plural, my brothers-in-law, just without my sisters, but that never happens. And they're totally different people when my sisters aren't around, which makes total sense. I don't know how you could want to spend all day with my sisters. Like, nope, 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 nope. Never a wish that I've had. Never ever. I don't know how you could do it, but whatever. That's also stories for another day. So the two of them are out there. My brother's like, okay, I gotta either turn the engine crank this way or turn it this way. I'm not sure which, but I gotta try them. One will fix what's wrong with it. One will make it worse, but I can just turn it back off. I can turn it off and turn it the other way if it's wrong. He explains this to us. Obviously, the dog doesn't give a shit. She's still going, which is also going to make my sister whenever it turns on. So, whatever. Just ignore them. I understand. My brother gets it. Why are you sitting so nice all of a sudden? This dog has no idea how to dog, and all of a sudden she's like, I'm very prim and proper. You should love me. No, how about later? So he says this, explains it to us, and cranks it, turns the engine on. Black smoke billows out of it for about 7 seconds before he's like, oh, nope, that's wrong. And he turns it off. In those 7 seconds that black smoke had billowed out of it, that was enough to set my sister off for the next 25 minutes. Just, and it's not even like she wigs out and it's not directed at anyone. It always is directed at someone else. Like, normally people can wig out and just hate everything. No, she focuses the beam of her hatred and her rage on people. And it just happened to be my brother that time because he made a mistake. As if none of us in the world have ever made a mistake. And she starts fucking screaming at him. And we're outside, so it's not like the neighbors can't hear or anything. And he's getting angry because she's just tearing into him for no fucking reason. And I'm sick of this bullshit. The dog is freaking out because whenever my sister, the dog freaks out and has to run to her and is like, please stop, mama, you're fucking crazy, I'm sorry. And basically turns into a cat with the nuzzles, just like, mama, you're crazy, you gotta stop. So dog's freaking out. It's just freaking out. My brother's starting to get angry. And I'm just like, how do you deal with this woman? How could you possibly want to spend your time with my sister, the Banshee? How could you want this? And I've had just about enough of her screaming at him in front of me, because that just makes me angry, because it's everything that I've gotten for years, and it's just like, no. And I decided for the first time ever that instead of trying to speak reason to her, because you don't argue with people that won't ever see reason, because they're not going to see reason. So, sneezy. Ow. So instead, I decided to be just like her. And I step in between the two of them, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, you stupid cunt bitch! Do you see what you do to other people? And like, I've had way more than enough. I'm sure my brother's had enough. He has to live with her. I can't do that. And my sister, instead of becoming more belligerent, she suddenly calms the fuck down. Like everything in the world is silent. She's in her fucking zen place. And she's like, how dare you? Didn't anyone ever teach you to de-escalate a situation? You're only escalating the situation. And I'm like, So I'm standing there and I'm like, look, it doesn't matter what's happening here. You stop. And you won't remember any of this conversation in the next 5 minutes. You either have selective amnesia, or you have the memory of a goldfish, because she will tear into people and just like deny them the basics of being human beings. And then 1 second later, she'll be like, I love you guys. I'm going to hang out with you, because she's actually insane. In that moment, I'm standing there thinking, I don't know what you want from me. So what you're saying is I should just knock you the fuck out next time. Really, that's all I was thinking. Like I should just get the shovel and be like, dong! Because obviously it's the only way to de-escalate the situation with you, because you don't respond to other people responding to you at the same level. You don't respond to people going past you. You don't respond to people trying to talk sense into you. So what else is there but to knock you out? You should just hit her with the shovel. Dong! Would have been a nice resounding bell. Maybe she has dementia. I don't know. Something weird like that. She's just crazy. She's just crazy. And don't listen to anyone, because my family will often say, other members of the family will be like, no, you know there's something wrong with her, so you just have to love her. No. See, we all know. She also knows that something is wrong with her, but she does nothing to fix it. That's the difference. If there's something wrong with me, you guys know, I don't give a shit. I mean, I might be mad in the moment, but I will go back and fix whatever is wrong, because that's who I am as a person. My sister and most of my family, no, they know they're wrong, but they're going to stick to it because they have principles that are just wrong. Wrong. Now, one of the things that also really, really pisses me off about how my sister treats my brother and other people is because she doesn't remember what she did to you, but she'll always remember what you did to her, and it'll hurt her so much because, you know, no one else exists in the world. She doesn't have object permanence, so it doesn't really matter to her. Is she'll either talk over you when you tell a story, or especially when she asks you a question that she needs assistance with, she'll just talk over you. So you answering is nothing, and she'll tell you you're wrong, even though she asked you for the answer because she doesn't know. She just makes some shit up on the spot and be like, I'm right, and she'll be super adamant about it. But my brother, like I said, both of my brothers are not the same people when my sisters are around, and I can totally understand because I'm not the same person when my family is around. Like the me that you guys see, not the you. I'm sure you guys all have different faces that you show the world, what have you, but the me that you guys see is like pure, unfiltered me, screaming nonsense, being animated and excited. And then when I'm with my family, I'm like a zombie because they just suck the life out of you and just, ugh. So my sister and my brother like never talks when my sister's around because she's always going to talk over him or tell him that his story is wrong, even though it's his story and she wasn't there. She's going to try and take control of the situation because she wants all the attention. And I'm sure, as most of you human beings out there know, you can't always have all the attention. It's not possible for you to be in that position 100% of the time. It's not possible. But my sister still wants that. She craves it. So he doesn't talk a lot. And one of the things that is now a joke in the family between my mom and my sister is my brother, like I said, mechanical genius, understands some shit. He was explaining to me the concept of turbo engines. I love learning random things. Like I love learning just a little bit about everything. So I have like a nice, I'm the jack of all trades guy. I got enough random facts about everything to make it through life. And he's explaining to me what a turbo engine is. And the entire time he's explaining it to me. Now, I'm not mechanically inclined, so if I were to see one, I could probably recognize it, but I would never be able to relay to you the details that he relayed to me. There were a lot of them. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There were a lot of them. He explained it to me very well. If it were closer to the time he had explained it to me, I could probably give you like a 50-60% description of what it was and how it worked and what have you. But the entire time he was explaining to me, my mom and my sister are laughing because my sister is either in his face going, how come you don't tell me great stories like this when I need to sleep? Or laughing or going, this is the most boring story ever. And now it's a joke for her where whenever he starts to tell a story, she'll immediately go, is this a turbo story? Should I get a pillow? And she has not yet related the two facts that if you treat someone like shit every time they open their mouths, they don't want to open their mouth. It's just the law of the world. That's just how things work. If you treat someone like shit whenever they do something, they're either not going to do it or they're definitely not going to do it around you anymore because that's a whole load of negative reinforcement. Especially when he's trying to help. That's the worst. So like if I can get him on the phone, he'll talk to me for like 3 hours straight because I listen. My sister does not listen, she only talks. I've actually had this conversation with my family on multiple occasions where I've just sat them down and be like, I want you to understand one thing. If you shut your mouths every once in a while and opened your ears, your lives would be a lot better.
Hey there, guys and gals. Thanks so much for watching, as always. If you click the link on the left, you'll be taken to the previous episode. If you click the link on the right, you'll be taken to the playlist where you can watch them all.